Well, welcome back, everybody. We have returned with a new video here on the What's the Story channel. When last we left, we had concluded the Red Dawn storyline, which is the new kind of main quest line that was put into the game for 11.1.7. And there's a few extra things that are around Dornegal here. They may be story related, so we're going to go ahead and test some of these things out and see exactly what they are. If they are story related, then we'll post videos for them. If not, and it's just extra stuff like the bonus events and whatnot, then we'll just skip over this. But over here in the Delver's headquarters, Dagrin Jr. is back, and he is around some Titan stuff that we've been picking up slowly but surely over the last few months. We've been picking up Titan fragments, and now he's got a machine on a Titan console. Let's see. Hello, friend. I can't wait to talk to you about these Titan rumors. Now look at this here console the Earthen found for me to examine. So, Titan
Keep your eyes
consoles. Alright, seek out one of Dagrin's Titan consoles in an overcharged Okay, that's what that is. That's the Okay. Alright, so that's the bonus for that's the bonus event of doing the delves. So we'll get to that later in a future video. And the other thing was Lorewalking. So it looks like this video will be going for lore stuff. And here's old Lorewalker Cho. Haven't seen you in a long time, my old friend. Alright, so are you also taking a well-deserved break? There's nothing like catching up on some reading in the fresh air with a great view. But I would not mind some company. Would you care to hear a story? A story from Lorewalker Cho? Nah. Get out of here. You gotta be kidding me. Alright.
Every good story needs a hero.
Oh, Lal is sending visitors my way now. He laughs in a deep belly laugh. Of course she is. Oh, but she is correct. The only thing I love more than gathering stories is telling them. Sit down, let me share a tale with you.
Farewell.
Alright, now, to the best of my knowledge, there's a few lore-walking things that we can do here.
Eyes open.
And there we go.
Always be learning.
Oh, and we get toy bonuses for these things. Alright. So, there we go. We have some... This is going to give us some background for those of you that are not familiar with bits and pieces of the story. This will give a little recap, I believe, of what happens. So, well, obviously, for this particular expansion's purposes, obviously we're going to be most interested in Xal'atath, and of course there's some... Oh, we got something with the Lich King yet again. Oh, we can't get rid of him. They keep coming back to Arthas. Popular character. People will do Arthas content. They just love anything to do with him. Let's see, and something with the Ethereals. But we'll start with Xal'atath's story. Okay, so this video will be the Xal'atath lore-walking. Alright. Xal'atath the Harbinger, once known as the Blade of the Black Empire. Her history is a well-kept secret, but her words and deeds have affected many that she is impossible to ignore. Her story must be told. Well, we'll go ahead and tell that story right now. And I know most of the stuff that has happened with Xal'atath, but we'll see if anything is extra that pops up along the way here. Give me just 1 second, guys. Bear with me. Alright, just had to get a drink from my little mini fridge. Alright, anyway. We are back in the swing of things, alright? Alright, so let's go ahead and get to it. Let's see what Lorewalker Cho's story of Xal'atath is all about.
Jade's the most cunning foes wait until you are desperate. They offer solutions you cannot afford to refuse. When the Burning Legion returned to our world, it was a desperate situation indeed. The heroes of Azeroth sought to arm themselves with the greatest weapons ever forged. Among these was Xal'atath, the blade of the Black Empire. A high priest searched far and wide for the blade.
I love doing that quest on my Shadow Priest. Talk to Lorewalker Cho to learn of the High Priest's journey.
Greetings.
Oh, are we gonna get to relive when we found the Black Blade? I'm ready to learn about the High Priest's journey to find Xal'atath. Oh!
Now listen closely to my tale. The High Priest's search brought them to Tirisfal Glades, where they met with Alonsus Fowl.
We will accomplish much together.
Alright, Alonsus Fowles has a quest called Blade in Twilight, and he says, I have been working with Moira Thorasan to infiltrate the Twilight's Hammer cult. We've learned of an ancient and powerful old god relic, a blade used at various points in history to wreak havoc. Moira's double agent informs us a new leader is rising, and plans to cement his ascension using this weapon in an unholy ritual. You must find him, stop the ritual, and seize the artifacts. Alright, we will meet in Dalaran afterwards. Stop the ritual and acquire Xal'atath, Blade of the Black Empire.
Until next time.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed. Alright.
Get closer.
That's what we got here. Alright. Sledgehammer's notes. The new leader. Praise to the new leader! Once the hand to the Twilight Father, the Shadow Deacon has decided now it is time to regain our past glory. While the Twilight Father left to serve Deathwing, the Shadow Deacon maintained his role as a bishop in Stormwind. He continued infiltration and recruitment efforts there for some time until the fall of Deathwing and the Twilight's Hammer. He then ordered what was left of our organization to go quiet and allow our foes their temporary victory. But then he found out, or perhaps it found him, the Black Blade. So that's our first clue. Second clue, Sledgehammer's notes, Xal'atath, Blade of the Black Empire. The Shadow Deacon was a cautious and calculating master, preferring the secrecy of the shadows to direct action. Ever since he found the blade, his entire demeanor has changed. Arrogant, commanding, audacious, he now favors a bold plan to restore power to the Twilight's Hammer. The blade is called Xal'atath. It has come from an age where most of our races existed. We only have the scrawlings of previous holders to go from. While it is mostly ravings of those that lacked the will to wield the blade, many of them say the same things. They speak of the Black Empire, of a time of when true masters ruled all of Azeroth, massive sacrifices, living buildings filled with void energies. Sometimes we can hear the Shadow Deacon speaking to someone in his tent. He has mentioned the glory of the Black Empire as well. And that's probably a little hint right there of the fact that Xal'atath as the Blade spoke to us. For those of you that were not around during Legion and are not familiar with that portion of the game, priests, when performing as a Shadow Priest, had literally an artifact weapon, which was Xal'atath, that would speak to us in whisper. And from time to time, when we were in combat, when we were in special situations, we got whispers, and we actually had spoken dialogue that we could hear from Xal'atath. And that was true of a couple other artifacts as well. The mage had one, and the warlock had one, where depending on what actions we were doing at the time, or where we were within the story, like specific instances in dungeons or raids, they would speak to us. And that was very, very cool. A lot of very detailed, intricate work went into Legion, and that's why I appreciate that particular expansion, easily one of my favorite expansions of this game over the years. All right, anyway, that was my little sidebar. This is our third clue. This is
The
Slaghammer's
High
notes.
Priest learned the Shadow Deacon, the new leader of the Twilight's Hammer, found the Black Blade. Xal'atath changed him. He became obsessed with the Black Empire. The High Priest already knew of Xal'atath through their allies in Netherlight Temple. Moira Tharizon had an agent infiltrate the cult.
Ah, yes. All right, so this is the last notes from Tears Fall. All right, we have finished setting up a small base as per the Deacon's orders. He is driven so sure as the proper path for the Twilight's Hammer. We will be visible to our enemies, but he believes it is worth the risk. There is some sort of broken seal leading to a complex beneath the lake. The lake itself looks like it suffered a titanic explosion thousands of years ago. Somehow the Shadow Deacon knew of this location and knows that a Cathraxi died there. His plan is bold. He will use the Black Blade to resurrect this ancient being and restore the Twilight's Hammer to its pinnacle. Tomorrow I go in to command the forces holding the upper area. He has already dampened the wards and is preparing to enter the lower area. Alright, so there is that. Alright, so now we have to go... That's our key that we have to go to the underground lair through, I believe, a cave down here, which I do not see just yet. Okay, so where are you? Is this a... Is there... So, oh, this is... Okay, yes. Yes, this is where I gotta go. Okay. The cultists have reached...
We have an intruder.
Excellent. I was expecting him, but I don't think you were.
Master Slaghammer.
What? You traitor!
Moira said he'd be coming. I'm Slaghammer, paying my family's debt by hanging out with these buggers. Let me take down this barrier.
Alright, this is Moira's double
The Shadow
digits.
Deacon's already below, starting his ritual. To get there, we'll need to do a bit of work. If you have any questions, let me know, but we best hurry.
Is there additional dialogue here? Yes, there is. Alright, so... We do not have much time, but you deserve some answers. What do you want to know about? The Shadow Deacon? The Blade? What the hell's going on? Ha! Alright, so, this was sort of sudden. Where are we? What's going on? Can you believe they found the tomb of Tyr himself? He died here long ago, fighting some monstrous general of the old gods. Which is something that we see. We actually get to play out that battle, I believe, in the Dragonflight expansion that we did in the last expansion. His comrades buried him here, and the corpse of that beast further in. This tomb was also meant to guard the prison tomb of that monster, but the Twilight's Hammer put a stop to that. The Shadow Deacon used that blade of his target. The Shadow Deacon used that blade of his to get in, and his minions to keep the wards down while he went below. Alright, the Shadow Deacon, who is this new leader? The Hammer's been in disarray since their Twilight Father and Deathwing took a dive. I'm guessing that when the Legion attacked, one of the leaders that was left took to the idea of taking over while everyone was distracted. He dredged up an ancient artifact of the old gods and is planning on using it on that dead monstrosity down there to cement his takeover of the cult. I didn't get a good look at the Deacon, but he seems really familiar. So ask about something else. Alright. You mentioned a magical blade. Can you tell me more? That blade. I knew Moira would want to know. I think that dagger has been behind some of the worst nightmares Azeroth has seen, if I remember the stories. It looks similar to stories told about the War of Three Hammers and Grim Batal. It oozes shadow and seems to cut the very light. I think it might have a mind of its own, too. It seems the Shadow Deacon is sometimes talking and arguing, but to nobody at all. We'd best stop this ritual and pry to the blade, loose the cord. Talking to nobody. He's talking to the blade, of course. Alright, so that's all the dialogue with old Sledgehammer there.
These buggers are suppressing Tyr's wards, so the Deacon can do his work below. We need to take them down. Start by dispelling the wards on the ritualist.
Too far away.
Destroy that creature before it kills us!
The amassing darkness. Easy as
The
pie.
path to the prison should be open. Well, if it ain't me old friend, we'd be doing the world a favor written into this bad, eh?
Borgoth the Master Reaver is our... Alright. Nothing. Nothing. Easy as pie. Alright. Now we got all god stuff down here.
More of the Deacon's mind games. We could master spell them, or just fight them, but it wouldn't get too close.
Yes, the blade is right. I am unstoppable. Once Sakaj lives again, I will hold dominion over this world. Our old leaders chose to work with pawns. I choose the real power!
This is no good.
Defend me, Blade! You said this would work! With this weapon, I can do anything. Anything! This shouldn't be happening! Why aren't you protecting me?
Weak and pitiful. The Twilight Father did not dare wield me, for he knew the price of failure.
Give me another chance! No! No!
With the Deacon
You,
dead, the blade is
on
yours.
the other hand, yes, I foresee us doing great things together. Take hold of my haft and I will aid you. For now.
Yes. Ah, the blade of the Black Empire, yes.
Yes, we are eager to feast on the fallen Titan's minions. But first, Zakash.
Alright.
The cultists may try to stir him again, or he could awaken on his own. We must consume his essence to ensure he is gone forever. You know this must be done.
This was so much fun to do when I was a Shadow Priest. For anybody that's never done Shadow Priest, there's a whole lot of fun stuff that you missed over the years. Alright, so here we go. Drain his essence to ensure that he stays dead once and for all.
Thus ends the first chapter of our tale. Xal'atath was a constant whispering presence in the High Priest's mind. Yet, they slew countless demons together.
Yes, we did.
Hello.
Alright, so Blade and Twilight.
Jade Serpent guide you.
Alright, at this point, the High Priest. Oh, wait a minute. I
Every
think.
good
Did I
story
see.
needs a hero.
Ah, okay. Alright, so. Tell me more about the Legion's invasions. Oh, okay, and this is just gonna this is just old school lore, and it's a whole bunch
How
of extra
does
stuff
today
that shows
find
old
you?
videos and whatnot. So we're not gonna bother with any of that stuff. Okay, we're focusing on current storyline.
Eyes open. Always be learning.
Alright, at this point, the High Priest continued their battle against the Legion, with Xal'atath at their side.
Tread in the final battle. Sargeras plunged his blade, flowing with poison, into Azeroth. Xal'atath was one of many weapons whose powers were used to nullify the sword. She was weakened, but not for long. Greetings.
Tell me more about Xal'atath whispers to the High Priest. What kind of things? Tell me more about the Xal'atath whispers to the High Priest. What kind of things did she say? Oh, and here's some of the things that I was talking about. These are some of the things that she would whisper. Do we get to hear them again? I think we get to hear them again. What did Xal'atath say while in the Netherlight Temple?
Netherlight Temple was a grand hall where priests gathered. There, the High Priest heard these whispers in their mind.
Do the Naru speak of the eternal conflict? That the entire history of your world is but a fraction of the time that has passed? Of those that came before the Draenei? No?
Yes. So, what did
I
Xal'atath...
know the Naru consider us horrors to be resisted. We do not share this view. They are merely beloved brethren that lost the true path. They will return to their masters in time.
Alright, what did Xal'atath say about the old gods?
While wandering the world, the High Priest once heard Xal'atath whisper this.
It is ironic that the weakest of us may be the ultimate victor. Cthulhu, Yogg-Saron, Yasharaj, and... well, only one would remain to consume the world that was always meant to be.
She's talking about N'Zoth. Yes. Alright, and what does Xal'atath say about Mind Flayer Karaj? Which character was... I think that's the mid-raid in Battle for Azeroth, maybe?
Mind Flayer Ka'az was a powerful Naraki, a servant of the old gods. As the High Priest defeated it in the assault of Violet Hold, Xal'atath whispered this.
Oh, it's the Violet final boss. Okay.
For this idiotic pustule of N'Zoth to have lived so long, it does little to refute my opinion of this world's new owners.
Alright. And what did Xal'atath say while at the seat of the Pantheon? And this is the final boss in Legion, I believe, if memory serves.
In one of the final battles
Yep.
against the Legion, Azeroth's greatest heroes fought upon the seat of the Pantheon, the Titan's very cradle of creation. When there, the High Priest heard these ominous words from Xal'atath.
Long have we sought entry to this realm. To think we have a mortal to thank for giving us our foothold. Your service will be remembered.
Nice. Alright. So... alright, what did Xal'atath say? Okay. And what did Xal'atath say about the darkened Naru Lura?
In a stronghold on Argus, the destroyed home planet of the Draenei,
Ah, that was the
High Priest
dungeon.
and Ilaria Windrunner
Argus.
encountered Lura, a Naru fallen to the void. Here, Xal'atath whispered.
Ah, now this is true beauty. At least one of you mortals in your midst can appreciate what it offers.
Ah, and she's referring to Illyria right there, which was,
After Laura's defeat, Valeria did something unprecedented. She absorbed the Naru's void energy into herself. Xal'atath's whispers grew eager.
The caterpillar has become the butterfly. She is all but ours now.
Ah, yes.
Every good story needs a hero.
Vaguely remember that, too. Alright, so tell me more about Sargeras' sword and the battle that ended the burden. Okay, that's just old videos. Could you repeat what you said happened after the High Priest? Okay, alright, priest, okay. I thought that's all there is to it.
Farewell.
Alright, so Xal'atath has a powerful weapon and a talkative presence. So, we have Lorewalker's core of memorabilia.
Jade Serpent guide you.
Can't do that right now. Contains a piece of equipment preserved in the battle of the past. Alright. Well, I'll have to get back to that sooner or later. Alright, so. Alright.
Tread lightly.
Lorewalking the Blade's Gambit. Alright. Though now only a blade of little power, Xal'atath was not idle. In the aftermath of the Legion invasion, tensions between the Horde and the Alliance erupted into the Fourth War. Xal'atath took advantage of the many forces at play in the war to gambit to restore her power. Alright, and then we're gonna get a little peek into the raid. What was the raid? What was that raid? Hold on one second. Bear with me, guys, because this is just bugging the hell out of me, and I can't remember what it was. Let's see. What adventure you got? Okay, raids. Current season. War within, no. This would have been Battle for Azeroth. Crucible of Storms, that's what it was. Yes. This guy was such a pain in the butt. If you did not know how to properly do this fight and the mechanics of this fight, this was a nightmare for nearly everybody. Looking for raid people always screwed this fight up, always. Anyway,
Hello.
I digress. Alright, so this is when we were in the Crucible.
Tread lightly. I don't. After the Legion was defeated, Azeroth erupted into the Fourth War. In the midst of the chaos, Xal'atath made her next move. Here, Xal'atath came before the High Priest once more, with promises of power.
Every little death helps. And Xal'atath whispered. The whispers are faint but grow louder as you hold the blade in your hand. So weak need blood, souls. The voice trails off, but you can still sense the dagger urging you on. It is a familiar sensation. Assist Xal'atath in recovering its strength.
Strength failing. I need blood, souls.
Not crying out loud. Well, I think that other guy cleared out most of the enemies here. I gotta wait for them to respawn. Gotcha. All right. Ah, son of a gun. All right. Man. Okay, got it. Okay, you know what? We're gonna get rid of that. Alright, we are back at the altar here. The Jeweled Coast. This is up in Stormsong Valley. Yes, I had forgotten about this area. Alright. Ah, much better. How cruel of you to leave me in such a state. But we can reminisce later. No doubt you have many questions. As you know, I can offer countless answers. Xal'atath speaks once more. New quest is unintended consequences. The servants of Xal'atath prepare for their master's return. They intend to conjure a scouring storm to wash away all unbelievers. The particular ritual they all invoke requires 3 ancient artifacts, one of void, one of storm, and one of ocean. Even now I hear the void relic calling to me. It is being overpowered or corrupted. I am not sure which. I see it upon a cliff overlooking a vast sea. Come, priest, we can find a much better use for such a prize. So find the Void Stone in Rustvar.
The High Priest journeyed to stop the followers of Xal'atath, an old god, a dark creature who sought to corrupt our world. Let us have Mishi speed this story along, shall we?
Yeah, so we don't have to fly all the way to Drustvar.
How glorious it is to be renewed. Though I haven't forgotten your callous misuse of me in Xal'atath. Such a waste of potential. It pleases me that we have a chance to spend more time together. You should know that of my many companions, you were my favorite.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
We will accomplish
Right, fellas?
things together, you and I. Magnificent things.
Alright. Now we're gonna stop the ritual. Okay. So we've got the Void Stone found, but we have to wait for... Nah, crying out loud. Gotta wait for these guys to respawn.
Does she actually think she can break open the stone? Fool. Were we not pressed for time, I would enjoy watching her fail.
Okay, and now we're going to empower Xal'atath. This is where Xal'atath comes back.
Yes. Yes! It's been so long since I took a mortal form. This body is pleasing, don't you think? Once again, you prove deserving of my admiration. Such a worthy champion.
Alright, a change of pace can be invigorating, eh, High Priest?
The time comes.
Do not be distracted, we have more to do. And the new quest is the Pirate's Treasure. And Xal'atath says, I sense another relic, a trident thought lost to the depths. It calls to me. High Priest, do you hear it too? Its song takes form. I see a harbor to the east, an ambitious pirate, greedy and proud, completely unaware of the power hidden within her hoard of gold. This would-be captain's hubris will not permit her to simply hand over the prize. I fear she must be taught a rather harsh lesson. But that is your specialty, is it not? So find
Did the High Priest foresee the consequences of their actions here? Regardless, they traveled to Freehold. Mishi can help us get there safely.
Oh, yes, I remember we got it in the Freehold for this one.
Possessed the trident. Now his underlings seek to recover it. What delicious irony that a pirate keeps such a coveted prize as a trophy.
Alright. If that's all the dialogue, then we'll probably get transported there in just a moment. And, huh, alright. Same thing where we gotta wait for the respawn. Does Xal'atath have something else for us? No, not yet. Okay, there we go. Okay, we gotta get from Lieutenant Elizabeth Wavecutter.
I can name Captain.
There it is, the Trident of the Deep Ocean. If you hold this up to your ear, you can hear the ocean.
What do you seek?
Is the trident in your possession? I never doubted you for a moment. She breathes deeply in and smiles. The new quest is the Tempest Crown. My strength grows. I can see it clearly now. The third relic we seek, the crown known as Tempest Collar. How fitting that after the fall of Etelgral, the gluttonous Tuatana would be the one to find the artifact. He was always scuttling about the depths, seeking treasures for his collection. Tuatana's greed has left him trapped within a cave he can never leave. The crown awaits us there. So retrieve the third relic.
Open.
Xal'atath required one final artifact from the High Priest. Shall Mishi move us along?
Yes, you shall.
It is no mere coincidence that our paths intersect. You are meant to find me. I was meant to find you. A grand destiny lies before us. Surely you sense it as well as I. But enough musing. Make your way to the shores of Voldoon. That is where the third prize awaits.
Oh, and I remember the whole deal with the three artifacts now. When you face Unats in the raid, you had to make use of those three artifacts for special buffs for your party in order to get through the fight, and that was the difficulty of getting through that fight. Alright, we are now in Tuatana's cave. The artifact. Alright. Got the crown.
Tell me what you want.
The crown is far more useful in our hands than the claws of an oversized bottom feeder.
The time comes.
Further proof that you and I can achieve great things together, High Priest. So many possibilities.
Such magnificence awaits us.
I should have done this on my Shadow Priest, actually. It would have been a whole lot more apropos if I did this quest on my Shadow Priest. The relics are ours, as it was meant to be. There is but one more step needed for the great truths to be revealed. The Naga sought to summon their storm from a place that echoes with ancient power. Though this site she had countless names over the ages, you mortals know it as the Precipice of Oblivion. I will go on ahead and begin preparations. Join me there, and we're going to meet Xal'atath at the Precipice.
Open.
The pieces were falling into place. Only one task remained. Let us have Mishi hasten the journey. Xal'atath often whispered to the High Priest about the old gods and their Black Empire. We have fought countless wars against them as they seek to turn our world to void. Finally, Xal'atath was the only one who remained. He was waiting patiently for his moment to strike.
Yes, and I believe our next little thing is when we go. Is this the raid? Or are we gonna relive that portion of the raid? Yes.
Xal'atath found an unexpected collaborator.
Yes, this is right after the raid. This is the tail end of that area.
A stone to call forth the darkness. A weapon forged in the depths. A crown for the ruler of all worlds. Hear me, God of the Deep. I have brought you the Opener, the bringer of truth, the torch that lights the way. Honor our bargain. Free me to find my own fate.
No. But the blade must remain to serve my will.
A fair exchange. Shadows guide you, my dear friend. We will meet again. I am certain of it.
I have dreamed your destiny, mortal. The hour is close at hand. That which was sunken shall rise.
Yes, our first time we actually had Xal'atath, had Xal'atath speak to us.
Awaken. Receive my gift and see all truths before you.
Ah, man. The interactions with
was
Xal'atath.
freed from the blade and took a mortal form. Her past remained a mystery. But we Lorewalkers are never satisfied with an incomplete story.
Does that mean there's more?
Jade Serpent
Xal'atath gift was a dark one indeed.
Every good story needs a hero.
Alright, there is a little bit more. We still can't do it. Alright, well, we'll have to wait until this is all done then. Alright,
How
so.
does today find you? Farewell.
Alright, and part 3. I believe the information my fellow Lorewalkers and I have found is completely new. I am unsure of its importance, but perhaps you can decide. So this is new stuff? Is this new Xal'atath stuff?
Every good story needs a hero.
The Blades Past. Alright, so Lorewalking the Blades Past. Many years ago, a stone tablet from Stormsong Valley made its way into my library. It took years to break the cipher and translate the fragments of runes etched into it. I will tell you what we have pieced together, a tale of yet more treachery. So listen to Cho and learn the story of Xal'atath in Ny'alotha. Oh, so we get now we get the origin story, I believe, of Xal'atath. All right, okay.
Jade, this tablet is a record of a battle from long ago, when the Black Empire ruled all.
All right, this is gonna be some. Okay, this is brand new stuff then. All right.
The old gods sent all of their forces to Ny'alotha to counter an unexpected attack from Xal'atath.
So Xal'atath actually fought against the old gods back in the day. And we are a chosen champion. So, oh, okay. We're playing as one of these guys. All right. Is it Cathraxi, I believe it is? Yes. Call upon its blessings to deal damage. Release the Breath of Shadow, damaging enemies in a cone in front of you. Dark Leap, dealing damage, knocking back enemies. Strength to need, gather strength to darkness to heal. Okay, so this one's the heal. This is a single attack, this is a cone attack, and this is a leaping attack.
Come forward, chosen. Xal'atath seeks to usurp the Masters. Lord N'Zoth will not tolerate this betrayal.
Alright. Sixathin?
Listen well.
You are chosen, pitiful though you are, be grateful. Alright, so this general of N'Zoth has two quests for us. The Blade's Forces and the Blade's Nemesis.
Do not question their will.
Blade's Forces is... Xal'atath brings with her an army of shadows and tricks. They are nothing to our evolved forms. You have been chosen, blessed with power by N'Zoth to serve as his champion. Go now and destroy them. So, destroy the forces,
For
basically.
the glory of the Empire.
And the Blade's Nemesis. Lord N'Zoth calls now upon his brethren to aid in Xal'atath's defeat. You have been chosen to make the way for them to arrive. You know what to do. So, I'll activate the 3 ritual obelisks to summon Yogg-Saron, Cthulhu, and Y'Shaarj. Ooh, bringing the other old gods into play here. All right, so be it. All right.
Go forth with N'Zoth's gifts of power. Your mission is too important for you to fail, minion. Your contributions are seen and acknowledged. Bring the others to me.
Oh, yikes. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah. Oh, come on, get out of there. All right. Oh, no, we do have to go down. Okay. The Maw of Gorma. This spot here is number 1. Summon Yogg-Saron first. Xal'atath's betrayal was inevitable, but she has played her hand too soon. We will crush her. So I guess Xal'atath was a member of the Old Gods? Or she was one of the Old Gods? Nope. We gotta go back up. Alright, this is dead end. Alright. Oh, is this maybe a way back up? Yes, it's a portal back up. That's what I needed to do in the first place. Alright. Huh. Okay, so how the hell do I get through there? Is this... Okay, yes. Alright, that's what I needed to do. Alright.
I need to get closer.
Now we're gonna summon Yasharaj.
Missiles should have known Xal'atath would harden Ny'alotha when she learned what he was building. Fortunately, our aid will leave him in our debt.
I don't have a target. I need to target something first.
Crying out loud, come on.
I don't have a target.
Alright, there we go. That's all of that. Huh, alright, so now I gotta figure out how the hell to get up there. Alright. Maybe. Okay. Maybe we gotta cross the bridge here.
I need a target. First.
Okay, I think I see where I gotta go. Yes, through there. Alright. Alright. This is where we summon Cthulhu.
Xal'atath underestimates us. Her attempts to distract us have failed. Even we will work together when faced with such blatant betrayal.
Alright. We're just gonna do the long walk back. Oh, path of the chosen. Alright. That makes things a little easier. Alright. Alright, so the Blade's forces.
Question their win.
You are covered in the dust of shade like the blood of your enemies. Good.
For the glory of the Empire.
Right, and for Nemesis, I have no doubt Lord Xal'atath could defeat this Xal'atath without the aid of his brethren, if only she had not infiltrated us so.
Go and do as you are told.
Oh, it's okay. This is all the extra stuff here. Alright. So. The Blade's downfall. They are ready. The Lords hold Xal'atath within the keep. You are the pebble to trigger the avalanche of their power to end Xal'atath. Go and join them. So we're gonna go confront Xal'atath. Alright, let's do it.
This creature, Xal'atath, is not like Lord N'Zoth and his kin. She does not appreciate their power or our Black Empire. Show her the error of her ways.
Yes, yes we shall. Descend to the Annex of Prophecy.
selfishness, you will suffer in confinement.
So we're gonna imprison you. That's Yasharaj right there, who looks like one of the giant Shahs from Pandaria. All right. So there's Saran and Xal'atath. All the old gods are here. Okay, what do we got? Okay, all right. Here's what we got. All right. So Xal'atath defeated. All right, Darktide, contribute your small, pitiful life force to defeat of Xal'atath.
Eternally sealed. You shall only watch this world as it gains untold power without you. You shall never lay claim to it.
Eternally pathetic. You are mere pestilence, parading as lords. This is not the end of the game, only the beginning. And I have all eternity to play.
The last desperate cries of one who has witnessed the inevitable.
Boom, she's trapped in the blade.
That was not all Xal'atath said. The tablet states she whispered in a voice only Nazoth could hear.
Consider what greatness could be yours if your siblings did not stand in your way. The offer stands. You need only reach out and claim it.
Ah, the manipulation of the final old god who was laid not laid to waste, but was trapped until the others were
the blade
defeated.
of the Black Empire eons ago. I fear this raises more questions than it answers. What is Xal'atath? Is she related to the old gods? What does she ultimately intend to achieve? Although Xal'atath's origins remain a mystery, her actions have brought harm to everyone. Perhaps that is all one needs to know in order to oppose her.
All right, that does it. Indeed, that does it. All
Tread
right.
lightly.
Alright, what did Xal'atath's last words to Nazoth mean? Did she foresee their future collaboration? Was it her plan from the start?
Thank you for listening to my tale, friend.
Alright, there it is. That's our first Lorewalking campaign, The Blade's Bane. Alright, that does it, guys. That's our first Lorewalking chapter. A little bit of a nostalgia run to do some of the things that we used to do as a Shadow Priest, for any of you that may have played as a Shadow Priest, and a little bit of new lore with how Xal'atath was trapped in the blade to begin with. So apparently she had some kind of bargain, deal, collaboration, whatever the case may be, with the old gods many eons ago, and she betrayed them, and as punishment, she was put into the Black Blade. But we don't know. She looked like a void creature there of some sorts, but yeah, we don't know what the full story there is, and we'll find out in the coming chapters in the coming months, I suppose. So there you go, guys. That does it for the first Lorewalking chapter. When we return on the next video, we will go with our second chapter, which is the I believe it's the Ethereals, and we'll go ahead and get to that. So thanks for joining me, guys. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Always trying to get this channel growing a little bit more. So thanks a whole bunch, and we'll see you soon on the next one. Ta-ta for now.